welcome back to another episode of the Slayin with Radio podcast. I am your host, Radioslay. This podcast is a quick hitting one, meaning the episode's only about 10 minutes long. They're covering a wider range of topics, including life, sports, pop culture, current events, you name it, we'll cover it. But today's episode is perfect timing because we just got into 2023, meaning we're talking New Year's resolutions. We're all busy right now planning our own personal goals on how to better ourselves and make us a better version than when we were in previous years. First thing I want to say is the change of a new year is not automatically going to change yourself. You're not going to be a better person magically by doing nothing. You have to put some kind of work, some energy, some time, maybe even some money into yourself, depending on what your goals are, to get better results. So again, the calendar year changing from 2022 to 2023 will not change you just like that. So let's get that out of the way. We have many of goals that we're trying to shoot for in all these new years, whether it's losing weight, whether it's you want to be better off financially, maybe you want to cut back on your drinking, maybe you want to cut out smoking from your life, you just want to be outdoors more. Whatever your goals are, make sure that you, number one, set those goals, and number two, find a way to track and push yourself to hit those goals, whatever they are. My wife and I have set some own personal goals for ourselves in 2023. Some of her goals include eating better and doing a lot more walking. Where for myself, I need to get back into my running, starting up this podcast, which I'll get to in a second. And I want to start up a food review channel, and definitely spend more time with my family. Going back to the podcast, obviously we've already started the podcast. My goal is to start the podcast in 2023, but I realized a couple of weeks before we hit 2023, I had the time. I could start the podcast now. So I could have just waited for 2 weeks and wait till 2023 because that was my New Year's resolution, or just do it now. So, guys, if you have a goal and you want it to be your New Year's resolution, you don't have to wait till the next calendar year. There's no law that says you have to start in January. And if you can't start in January, then you push it off to the new year. If it's January or March or June or September, start. Okay, it's never too late to start working towards a goal. Okay, so remember that. This whole New Year's resolutions thing, you know, I get it, right? We're fresh off the holidays. You're probably wrapped up over the last few weeks doing stuff with family, all the holiday events and everything that goes into that. And it's just good once those calm down, then you can start your goals. And I get that part. But if you have the time, you have the idea, you have the motivation, do it. Just do it. Don't worry about what time of year it is. Going back to some of the goals that my wife and I are shooting for, we're not going to be able to do it on our own. We're going to have to push each other. There's going to be times in your lives and in your goals where you're going to wake up and you're not going to want to go out and walk. You're not going to want to wake up and go run. Or maybe I'm not feeling recording the podcast this week. Or I really, really, really want that cigarette. Or nobody's going to, no, it's not going to kill me if I had that extra scoop of ice cream. You got to have some kind of support system to say, hey, you got a goal here. Remember, this is just a friendly reminder, do or don't do, depending on what it is, whatever it is that you're about to do, because you're going to regret it. So have that support system, whether it's your spouse, whether it's one of your kids, a parent, a friend, a coworker, whoever it is that you can lean on to say, hey, if I start slipping back into this pattern, smack me around a little bit, get me back on track so I can hit the goals that I need to. If you have a more of a loftier goal, let's say you want to lose, 50 to 100 pounds, maybe you want to save, a couple $1,000s for the year. you know, those larger goals, my recommendation is make smaller goals to get to that goal. I had a goal where, a few years ago, I wanted to lose a bunch of weight. I was telling myself for the longest time, if I ever weighed more than 200 pounds, I don't know what I'd do. I'd have to cut back the weight. And one day I weighed myself. I think I weighed myself at 206 and a half pounds. And I was like, I cannot believe I exceeded that 200-pound uh, range there. And I started immediately cutting back on what I was eating. I was counting calories, went to about 9 or 1,000 calories a day, which is a little dangerous, but that's what I did. I was running 4 times a week. I was working out all of a sudden, and my goal was to drop about 5 pounds a week until I got back to where I wanted to be. And after a couple months later, I was there, and then I continued to maintain that diet so I wouldn't balloon back up to that 200 plus um, weight area. So setting those smaller goals are more achievable because again, you're not going to lose 50 pounds in 1 week. It's impossible. Okay. But if you break it down and say, hey, I'm going to lose 2 pounds a week or 4 pounds a week, hey, I'm going to save, 20 bucks here because again, you're not going to save $5,000 in 1 week unless you make a decent salary. If you break it down into these smaller goals, you're going to hit those goals much easier. And then when you add it all up in the end, you're going to be exactly where you want to be at the end of the year or whatever your time goal is for that. So if you have those bigger goals, again, try to break them down into smaller goals and making them a lot more consumable to win so you can work your way up to that larger goal. And I'm telling you, you're going to be a lot more satisfied with it. We're in the age now. Again, we're 2023. This is the age of apps. Your smartphone, your apps on your uh, tablets and computers and what have you. There's so many different programs that can help you track your goals. Look into the ones that might be most relevant for you. Again, whether it's losing weight or if you're trying to cut smoking out of your life, you're trying to save some money. There's apps for all those things. Definitely look into them. There's some free ones out there. There's some ones that you can pay for. Find which one works best for you. And I'm telling you, that is another great support system that you can have, um, as well as planning to work towards your goals. Now, some of these um, don't really require much time. Like saving money is not going to require time, but if you're trying to lose weight, maybe you want to go out and hit the gym or do a walk, plan your day accordingly. Hey, this 30 minutes, this hour, I'm doing nothing else, but I'm walking, I'm running, I'm lifting weights, and then you can get back to whatever it is that you want to get back to in your daily routine. So if you do those things, I'm telling you, you're going to get to the places you want to be. Again, I've hit some of my goals in the past, just like losing weight. I've been trying to save some more money back in the past. That's been helpful. Um, I actually had a New Year's resolution one year of taking more photos. So I took it upon myself that anytime I met up with friends or family, I said, hey, let's take a quick selfie here. Let's get a group photo. I wanted to have more photos in my life because I only had about 5 or 10 photos over the past 10 years of myself. So I wanted to make sure that I was capturing those moments with my loved ones, with friends and family, those special events, those special occasions that we went to. I wanted to make sure that those were saved forever. So I took it upon myself to give myself a reminder. Hey, take that photo, take those couple photos, and then we can say our goodbyes and move on. So setting things like reminders for yourself. Again, there's apps for it to remind yourself to do those things. Those can also be helpful. I do that a lot, writing things down. Anything that you can do to help you get to your goals, I encourage you to do so. But really, I think in the end, it goes back to that support system with your family, your friends, your loved ones, coworkers, whoever it is that you need to get around your support circle to help you get to those places that you want to be. I encourage you to reach out to those people and lean on them as much as you possibly need to so you can get to where you want to get to. But guys, we're running out of time here. So again, make those goals, whether if you want to make them now, whether you can't think of them until another couple months, it doesn't matter. Once you got your goal, you identified it, you got a plan, start attacking. And I'm telling you, if you stay disciplined and you keep your eyes on the prize, make those larger goals, smaller goals, you're going to be happy where you're at and you're going to love the results. I'm telling you, you will. Guys, thank you so much. Remember, if you want to comment, like, follow, subscribe, please, I would definitely be most grateful if you do so. Leaving comments, let me know what your thoughts are. What are your goals? What are you trying to hit? What are some of your success stories? What are some lessons learned that you've encountered over the time that you've been trying to hit certain marks? Leave those comments for me. Also, remember you guys can catch me live on the Twitch platform. I'm live Sundays 10 a.m. Eastern and Wednesdays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. I love to have that conversation with you on that platform as well. Otherwise, I'll catch you all out there. Please, please be safe out there. Please stay hydrated. Do something nice for somebody. And remember, keep working hard towards your goals. I'll catch you next time on Slaying It with Radio.